Welcome. This is episode 2 um, of the Pouring Out of Your Power series. And again, this channel is for people pleasers. This is the place you get to come and listen and relate and hopefully gain some perspective and have little wounds healed. And start getting really curious about why you are a people pleaser, because people pleasing isn't who you are. It's just something that has become a safety mechanism over the years because that's how your nervous system learned to function. So today we're going to talk about pouring out your power through overgiving. Who's an overgiver here? Ah, listen, overgiving doesn't mean that are you're just kind, right? I'm just so kind. Like a scenario, like I just wanted to drop off flowers for a friend, right? That is just a kindness. That's just being a human being and seeing something kind, or seeing someone struggling and doing something for them because you know that it would totally brighten their spirits. Okay. People pleasing overgiving is more like nobody asked you to do the thing and you decided out of your good conscience to go do the thing that someone didn't actually ask you to do, and it didn't land correctly, right? Either they didn't acknowledge it the way that you desired, the praise that you thought you would get, or maybe they even were a little irritated because they didn't ask you to do that thing. Have you ever been in that situation? And or it maybe embarrassed them deeply because they never actually asked for that and they didn't want it, and now they don't even know how to say thank you. But here you are going like, yay me, look what I did for you. Or you might be that type of overgiver that also is like, look what I did for you, now I need XYZ in return. Right now, when you hear that, it might be so triggering and so annoying to be like, that is not the kind of person I am, right? But that's the subconscious sometimes running those thoughts. You don't actually necessarily think those thoughts, right? You don't actually go like, oh, I'm going to overgive so that someone else will give back to me. No. But you might catch yourself and find yourself doing things and you're like, why did I do that? They didn't ask for it, they didn't need it. And then I found myself feeling frustrated that they never actually gave me a thank you, right? So that's like pouring out your being an overgiver in a unhealthy way. It's more of a coping mechanism for your nervous system. So overgiving looks generous, but in the nervous system, it's erasing yourself. Okay. You give before you've been asked. You give so you won't be abandoned, because that ensures most likely that if you overgive, that you will be needed, that you will be valued and loved. You give so that you don't have to feel the discomfort of needing. You just keep giving. You just keep pouring out. But I guarantee you have a really hard time receiving. It's not generosity, hun. It's survival. And your nervous system is like, this is where we are safe. This is how I am safe. Okay. So where does it like come from? Well, many people pleasers learned that needing, receiving was dangerous somehow to them. It wasn't good for them to ask for something. A lot of this comes up in your childhood. Taking up space could possibly cause tension. Okay. Maybe you had someone in your life earlier on that maybe just wasn't a really good parental guidance, and they got really frustrated because they didn't know how to handle their own emotions. And anytime you were just being too much, they then lashed out at you. Anything, I can't ask for anything, I can't need something. But when I pour out, when I overgive to that person, they show me love back. Okay. That's really big. That's a really deep, deep origin wound. Um, and then giving created connection, right? Like maybe you're the mom that's like always dependable, the mom that's like, oh yeah, ask Susie and she'll show up for PTA 10,000 times, right? Susie, meanwhile, is like, looking like a ragamuffin, ready to crash and burn her nervous system. And but the body basically learned that if I give more, I'll be safe. So even though you're not thinking that in your head, that is the nervous system and the unconscious patterns that have, like, they're running in the background. So it bypasses your own knowing. It's kind of like, I mean, really, to like be kind of funny, it's kind of like calorie counting. I like to think of it. Like, you don't check in with your body to be like, gosh, am I full? Am I full? Do I really want that extra 200 calories allotted to me this evening before bed? Yeah, I don't count calories because it drives me. Okay. Instead of checking in with your body and asking, I'm not actually hungry. I don't want the other 200 calories. I'm going to listen to my body, right? Just like calorie counting can be good for people that it works for, it also can be really bad because it takes you out of your body, out of your mind, and puts you this like, here's my plan exactly, right? That's the same thing with overgiving. Your nervous system is unconsciously saying, oh my God, like you don't think it, but in the background, it's running like, we must give. We must keep giving. Overdo it over here, because that's when we know we're safe and everything's good. But I'm exhausted because I haven't actually gone into my body and said, like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm tired. I'm like tired. I don't want to do that. So it really takes you away from your own trust, your own natural intuition. So when this happens this week, okay, if you find yourself being in that overgiving moment, if it's something you can say no to, I want you to, again, find your feet or your butt and really like anchor in. This is going to be a doozy. And I want you to say, do I have capacity for this? Okay. And I want you to really feel it in your body or hear the first thought that comes up. And if it's a squeamish thought going, oh my God, but Susie's going to be so mad at me now. Okay, that's not your truth. That is, again, the subconscious, the pattern being like, we might die if you say no. Like in this one scenario, we might die. Like it might actually happen because that is how severely your subconscious is actually, and your nervous system is running it. So pausing is not selfish to ask yourself that question. It is a recalibration. It is, you have to actually pause for your nerves to not just subconsciously take over. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to pattern interrupt, right? So that goes back to our power stance, our power framework, which is pattern recognition. Like, oh crap, here I go. I'm doing it again. I'm doing the thing. Here I am, like catching yourself. So I guess the first thing would be, maybe if this is so ingrained in you, that the first thing is like you catch yourself after you already signed up for the thing, right? And the second thing is you catch yourself right as it's happening. Like you're like midstream, like inflatable balloon hand, I'll do it. And then you're like, crap. The third time is you catch yourself and you're like, right? And then the fourth thing, you'll be sitting back going like, on, unless it's like something really important, I gotta fit because it's really important. But you'll know, only you know what's going on in your life to determine that. So you don't need to give less. You just need to feel safe again in giving from what your inner truth is saying. Okay. Not because you are running from fear of being liked, like the last episode. Okay, my dear. Anyway, I hope this helps you on your week. And I look forward to the next. Leave any comments, subscribe to this channel if this is the direction you like that it's going. And I look forward to just chit-chatting with you as we go. I will read your comments. All right. Bye, love.